Let's talk about your show, Angie Tribeca, which is going to start off with a 25-hour marathon. How does that work?
I don't know. I guess it works. So basically, I think TBS did the smart thing where they wanted to emulate the style of how people watch TV now. They binge watch. And so who are we to deprive people of doing what they love? And this show particularly is a good show to watch in a binge sitting because it's incredibly silly. It's packed with jokes, and I do think it's the kind of thing that you're not going to want to just watch one. It's got a little bit of that thing where you're going to want to, not that you're going to want to know what's going to happen next, but you're going to want to see more of those kinds of jokes. I particularly love those kinds of jokes, and it's kind of never enough for me. So,
how much did this role, playing Angie Tribeca, the name of the show, how much did it push you? I feel like, at least including in the pilot, you have so much to do.
Yeah,
including nudity.
Including nudity, yes. Well, nudity was a you know, pushing the boundaries for me. I mean, it's fake. It's all fake nudity, but yes, I've never had to do that before. It's kind of like anything goes, you know. And week to week, it's like, what language am I speaking? What outfit am I wearing undercover? You know, what new animal am I handling? What new stunt am I pretending to do? It's definitely been challenging and really fun because anything goes, and it's not. There's kind of no rules. I mean, the only rule is the structure of how we spoof a procedural, but then everything else is game.
Steve and Nancy told us that originally they were going to make Angie's partner die every week, but Haze was so good they wanted to keep him on board. Talk about working with him and the chemistry you guys have. Real fun from the start.
Yeah, Haze is great, and we had such a good time on the pilot, and I knew that was the original concept. And I was like, I think we all just were like, there's no reason to deprive ourselves of this. And we do. Haze and I get along really well in real life, and it felt like the right match. You know, Angie's kind of hard-nosed and closed off, and there's something about Giles that's sort of, you know, he's more of a romantic than she is. So he pushes her to sort of like deal with the emotional part of her life. So that's like a nice tension that happens throughout the show. And then Haze is just really funny and has great comic timing, so it would be our loss not to have him.
Spoiler alert, there's a almost kissing scene in the pilot.
Yeah, steamy one. Literally a steamy one.
It truly is. How did you get through it without completely cracking up? It looked like it was actually very difficult to do.
Yeah, it is. Also because, you know, I'm still a kid when it comes to things like that. You know, if there's a kissing scene, it's still like embarrassing and hilarious to me, especially when it's your friend. Haze and I have known each other for a long time, so it's weird to do that. But, you know, these things are so technical. I know you hear this, but they're so technical. So you kind of forget that the person is a person, and you just like treat them as another prop, and you have to like, we also had to make sure that our faces were perfectly like this far away from each other so you could see the steam on the window behind us. So after a while, you know, it wasn't even funny, to be honest.
Tell me about calling up Bill Murray and getting him involved in the show. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty damn cool. It's something that I still don't think I fully processed because that is a utter dream come true, especially because we had this little, like almost one-act play. It's just he and I and this like little story. He was really cool. He's awesome. We've known each other for a couple years, and he asked me to be in his Christmas special, and I asked him to be in my show, and it seemed to be like a nice trade. I kind of win across the board, it feels like, but he was very nice to do it.
I believe you said on the panel today that you did a scene with your parents. It didn't make it in yet, but could make it in?
It will, yes, it will make it in. It's just a matter of where it will be, because it's like a nice little special moment.
What's that like working with your parents when it's your job and your show? And does that make it more awkward or fun?
You know, they were so cute and so sweet and so excited to be there. And I told them to just not say anything embarrassing, because everybody's parents are embarrassing. Even though my parents are cool, they're still my parents, so they say things that made me go, Mom, Dad. But they were really cute, they were really game. Now, because they were in the show, they ask me about it all the time. And it's been a while since we filmed that, so they're very much engaged in the future of the show, which is really nice.
So sum up the show for people who are going to be tuning into it. It's you're taking the crime drama and flipping it, and then throwing some Cracker Jacks in the box, maybe.
Yeah, I like that description. I have nothing to add. It is definitely for people who love procedurals or any kind of crime. Crime shows are, I feel like, very much on everybody's radar now, whether it's like True Detective or the CSI shows or Law and Order or Making a Murderer. We are kind of all about, being part of solving the case. And this is that, and it borrows from a lot of the tropes that go into that kind of TV making, but we do turn it on its head and we do poke fun at it.
Any chance you might have like Mariska Hargitay come on board?
If we are lucky, yes. I love her. Yes, that'd be awesome.